So welcome back students. This is the third lecture regarding the object oriented programming. So in this lesson we are starting with a demonstration of some of the objectives that have been missing in structured programming and which has been given as a additional functions in the object oriented programming. So here first let us take a look at one C program. In this particular C program, there we have a structure of functions and some data and some functions that have been bound to this data. So generally our objective is this function should work on this data, and this data and this function should always exist as one entity. Suppose we have one record and we have to perform certain sets of operation like finding the maximum number or finding the smallest number, and we don't want to get lost of the operations or the program. So what our intention is to put data and function together. So using C, it is performed in such a way. Let us run this program str demo, and so here we are getting the result hello world. Data is 1 2 3 up to 49, that is 50. So this is the program, two functions, demo and demo another. These two functions are bound. This is the structure of the function. So these two functions are bound to the data, and the name of the function demo, name of the function demo is passed as an address to the function pointer. So and data has been bound to this. So quickly let us go, and our intention is that we have to keep data and function together. You see, so what a clumsy looking program it is, where we want to keep data. This is our data, some data, one integer data, one string data, and some function. Function means some set of operations like printing the string or printing the integer. To do such a simple task, means very confusing bit of program. Let us go to another program where we want to hide this data. Suppose I want to hide this kind of this particular values. I want to hide it. So I have here a C program where the entire declaration of the values has been put into the create data. Let us take a print at let us get a print of this program. So what we output we get is the access 0. So access 0 and nothing else. In this first program we get up to some outputs. Here we get access 0. The reason is this particular modifier, access modifier. Let us make this access modifier here public. So you understand the meaning of public and the meaning of private. So private means something which is not allowed to access from outside, or global access. Now we have made this to public. Let us compile the program again and let us out. So now we get a output of this program, GCC HID demo GCC. So by changing the modifier from private to public, that means we are hiding our data. We are not hiding this means this function, we are hiding this function, this demo another function. We are making it this particular demo another, this particular demo another function. If we make it to private, or say that is one of the things suppose we want to do. We don't want this, we don't want the access to be visible, so we have again made it to private. Again data output is not so we get the output access 0. Next one of the objective that we have is suppose I have this function, and already so many lines of program I am writing. Suppose I want all the features to be exactly as it is, but instead of 50 I want to make it to 500. And suppose this program I want to share it with my friend, and my friend does not like it, but he wants this output to be up to 500, not up to 50. But I am not willing to change this up to 500, I am willing to keep it up to 50. So what I do is so there is a possibility how my friend will now make it to 500. This is the concept of inheritance using C. So here you see we have a function, and I have a structure. So if this value extend, if this value is 1, then this demo another function, this demo another function will be taken from UPD dot type 2. So what is UPD? UPD is the external structure which will be given from here, this UPD, that is from extends access. So you see, this is the program, which I have written for my friend. Program remains the same as previously, only is one just one bit of line is changed here, rest everything is same. So if my friend wishes to update the demo another function with his own function, so he has written this function up to 500, and this function is given to the create data UPD. So this is the structure update has been given demo another. So he wants to print up to 500, but also he wants to print the rest of the things also as it is. Okay, so let us now go to inherit. So this time the output is up to 500. This time up not the so this time the outputs up to 500. If I give this if I make it 0, suppose I don't want suppose my friend is satisfied and he has gone back to the original program that that we are discussing or that we are interested. So again compile and output. So this time the output is up to 50. So here we have learned three basic concepts. One is binding of data and function together. Secondly, hiding data, how to make data public or how to limit the access of data. And thirdly, how to exchange a function with other friends, so that all the capabilities are accessible. Also some of the capabilities are modifiable. So you see the demo another function here modified. So our observation is that lot of complex programs we have to write to do this task. This is made easily available by object-oriented programming. So next class we will see the syntax of object oriented programming.